live at 10.
Something that you guys continue to hear on these monthly meetings from police chiefs?
That they also want more options to help people. All of those calls that they go out on aren't necessarily always legal related or always a crime is happening.
Experts say a growing concern in Kalamazoo County is the volume of calls.
A federal grant will be used to fund a police and mental health collaboration between Integrated Services of Kalamazoo and every single law enforcement agency in Kalamazoo County.
$550,000 to be used in 3 years. A federal grant will be used to improve police response and better integrate those with mental health needs or substance abuse problems that have run-ins with police in Kalamazoo County.
That speaks volumes to what local law enforcement finds valuable right now and what they're really trying to focus on, and that we're not all in separate silos, that we're working together.
Lindsay O'Neill with ISK will serve as the coordinator for the police mental health collaboration. O'Neill says ISK will be teaming up with all law enforcement agencies in Kalamazoo County.
I really consider it a game changer.
This more than $500,000 will help get people in the door for mental health support and services. It will also go to further develop a 24/7 crisis intervention drop-off site.
They will be able to divert those individuals with behavioral health needs to this urgent care center. It'll be a better support system so that going to the jail isn't the only solution.
The goal is for police to identify a behavioral need versus a criminal need.
So that there's not a wrong door for when a person needs help, but that everyone will have the training to get people to the right door.
And give them more resources and education to deal with these types of calls coming in and out.
At least 5% of the 911 calls that are going in are mental health related, but we feel that number is low representation.
That's why experts say 2022 will be set apart to cook up strategic plans, set up reliable reporting data to determine what the community needs are, and have it be maintained long term.
Is it too early to say what our community needs right now? I mean, is it something that you could maybe talk about?
I mean, I think we're addressing the biggest need, which is that we all communicate with each other.
O'Neill says after data and planning is done the first year, the last 2 years, program implementation will happen.
Is that we create something that when this funding is gone in 3 years, it doesn't just go away.
ISK's 24/7 behavioral health urgent care will open in 2023. It will be staffed by mental health emergency clinicians.
A new week, a new policy on masks. Some local school districts are making them optional. News Channel 3's Chris Yu explains which schools are lifting their mandates and what parents think about it.
Trisha, Portage Public Schools will lift its mask mandate beginning tomorrow, although students will still be required to wear the masks on school buses because of the CDC. Today, we checked with parents about their thoughts on the mask mandate being a thing of the past. Some say, I don't think this is a good idea. Others say, about time. Some worry we'll be headed back into a lockdown. Others declare should have been this way since the start. Opinions are divided on social media about Portage Public Schools lifting the district's mask mandate. Kelly Sackett, who has 2 children in the district, says she's all for having a choice.
I believe I'll have one wearing a mask tomorrow and one not. I don't know. I might have 2 wearing them or 2 not. It's not my decision. It's theirs.
The state health department says it's no longer recommending universal masking in schools. It cites the decreasing number of COVID cases and hospitalizations and the increasing number of vaccines, tests, and treatment. Michigan's daily cases peaked at an all-time high on January 3rd, with nearly 25,000 confirmed. Thursday, the daily confirmed case count was down to 841. Upon hearing the state's decision, Sackett says she hoped the district would follow suit.
I kind of rallied the troops and got everybody to send a bunch of emails and make a bunch of phone calls.
Portage ultimately decided to lift the mask mandate to reflect the new state guidance.
So imagine that, going to school as a kindergartner or a first grader and always having to wear a mask. So again, I feel that teachers are going to have to take appropriate steps with those kids to even get them to feel comfortable with it.
Meanwhile, Holland Public Schools will lift their mask mandate beginning tomorrow as well. And Battle Creek Public Schools already lifted their mask mandate last Friday. Kalamazoo Public Schools, however, say the district intends to keep the mask mandate for the remainder of the school year.
Sunshine out and about yesterday. We will have wall-to-wall sunshine on your Sunday. You don't have to wait for the good stuff. It's there immediately on satellite and radar. However, it is going to be bright. It's also going to be blustery today. These winds are really going to pick up. Not bad out there this morning, but winds picking up as we go through late morning and into the midday time frame. I think by lunch, if you're trying to eat lunch outside, things are blowing back and forth, and it's really not going to work out well for you. We have gusts on the order of 35 to 45 miles an hour. That means that the snow on the ground on those rooftops is going to continue to blow and drift back and forth. This will make driving around especially tricky, especially in those rural areas where there's not many buildings to kind of block that wind. Hannah, we will talk more about this windy day ahead. That's just a few minutes away.
We are tracking rising river waters across West Michigan this morning. The chance for flooding and ice jams posing a threat in the area. Our Jay Shatara is live in Three Rivers this morning, where the St. Joseph River is near flood levels. Jay, what can you show us so far?
Yeah, Hannah, good morning. A little windy and a lot of snow on the ground, as you heard Christina just mention. We're here live at the St. Joe River in Three Rivers. I'll have a pan over here. As you can see, much of the lake is starting to kind of freeze over here on the shore. It's that cold out, kind of in the low 20s, and much of the water rising. According to the National Weather Service, this river typically sits around 4 feet. Right now, it's at just over 6 feet. And for the rest of the week, the National Weather Service predicting that the St. Joe River is going to continue to rise to near 7 feet, which is a critical flood warning right now. There are concerns about flooding here at the St. Joe River, but again, much of it's starting to freeze over. Yesterday in Ottawa County, we saw ice jams, according to the National Weather Service, in Grand Rapids. So another concern here is, again, we're seeing much of that ice freeze over. Again, a lot of wind and a lot of rain out here in Three Rivers, as you heard Christina again just mention, in some of those rural areas, but much of the roads fine. Again, if you do live near a river, be careful as rising floodwaters. Again, this river over 6 feet right now.